Is an open relationship right for you? We've got the answers. So in today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to talk about, or we're going to cover some of the things about open relationship. This way, you'll know what to expect. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode, y'all. Glad to have you here. I'm your girl, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby. What's up, babe?
Hey, this is Will, and welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so we can let you know when videos like this one come out. This is a weekly podcast where Cece and I, we talk about
relationship, whatever's going on, love, life, family,
stuff
we're going
like
to be
that.
in your business. So today we're going to be talking about open relationship. And I can't wait to see what we got for y'all.
Yes, but before we get into this, we'd like to get into what we call our blissful moment. So
hate it. All right, babe. So what's your blissful moment today?
this week I started in my new location.
What does that mean?
That means I still have a job.
Okay.
Yeah, it means I still have a job. I still, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to still have a job. Hey, listen, we're living in an environment, in an economic age where things are rough, and being able to have a job is a good thing. That means we can continue to afford to come here and talk to you guys.
Yes.
She's not going to kick me to the curb because I still make money. So but in all honesty, I am blissful, being able to maintain our lifestyle, being able to work for a company that finds ways to keep us around and not kick us to the curb the moment they get a chance to. So I appreciate it.
That's good.
So yes, that's my blissful moment. It's work.
That's awesome. And it's good to work.
Yeah, I get to hang out with my family too. So
Yes.
that's always a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's kind of it.
Okay.
It's not as fancy as her blissful moments, but that's my blissful moment.
I mean, it is still good.
I was floating around for about a month or so without a home branch. Now I got one, so I'm blissful. I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm happy for you too.
Yeah, thank you.
We all happy. The girls and I are happy for you.
Yes.
That you have a home place. But God always got us, right? He always take care of you.
I must say that as long as I've been on this planet, we've always found ways.
Yes.
And we have not been in a moment where we're panicking and say, oh my God, what are we going to do? So
count your blessings.
yes,
is always
I count
saying.
them every day.
Whether if it's a big blessing, small.
Count them.
Count them. It doesn't matter. Whether if where you are now is not where you want to be in life, count them because somebody else may go through something that they wish they have what you have. You know what I mean? Because there's always someone that wants your life and you want somebody else's life. So it's always good to count your blessings.
I know. And I count them.
Yes.
Starting with you, the kids.
Thank you. Yes.
Our family.
Yes.
We're blessed.
Amen.
So now let's get into the topic of the day, which is an open relationship right for you?
Wait, what about my blissful moment though?
My blissful moment covers everything that needs to be covered. So let's get into the topic of the day, which is...
All right. We'll just let you have it. We'll let you have it. Yes.
I'm excited to get into this topic of the
I
day
can
because
see that.
it's a little weird.
We said
Is an open relationship right for you? To be honest with you guys, I didn't know such a thing existed until...
listen, when I told my husband what the topic is going to be for today, he's like, what? What is that? And I was like, wait until you hear. Yes, he's like, what is that? What is an open... I'm like, babe, where have you been living? Under a rock or something?
Maybe I have.
Yes.
But apparently it is something.
There's so many of them out there. But apparently a lot of millennials and Gen Zs are doing right now.
Well, we live in a changing world. Relationship used to be simple. It's a relationship between one person and another person.
Yes. Just like God created us to be, Adam and Eve, we get together, we make babies, and then that's it. Now
there used to be a time you're a man, you find a woman, you love that woman, you spend some money in that woman to show them that you care. You waste some nights, some days, you give up your friends to be with that woman, and then you marry that woman, and then you live happily ever after.
The end.
That used to be the simple thing. Are you happy? You know, you happy
Yeah.
you get some stuff done.
Right, right.
But open. Jeez,
Open.
relationship has gotten complex.
Listen, this is a new age now. Okay, things got more like excited, I feel like. Right?
Yeah. So that open thing, I'm talking about it. It's just not clicking yet.
It's not. Listen, y'all. I was talking to my husband. It's like, what is this? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would someone just waste their time? I'm like, babe, listen, we're gonna be.
Listen, maybe I'm old fashioned.
I think you are. I think
maybe
that's
I'm
what it
old
is.
fashioned. I'm thinking once I say this is mine, it is mine.
So you don't see yourself ever not being in an open relationship? Well, let's go into it. Let's kind of give the the ones that are like you, don't know what open relationships are. I'm sure my brother's probably like, what is this? I'm sure he's like, what are they talking about? Because I'm sure he probably never heard of open relationship before. So let's go into it a little bit more.
Yes. So from what I understand, or from the glimpse that Cece shared with me, which we're going to go into this, is
Yes.
people are okay doing other people while they're still in the relationship. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Well,
People
yeah.
are okay doing others, getting involved with other people while they're still committed. And how are you committed to someone when you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing with someone
Right.
else? But then again, who says you shouldn't? If you agree that you should,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's something you both agreed on.
Right.
So, hey, listen, you might think exactly what I'm thinking. What are open relationship? Which I think I've shared a little bit with you. What she told me is
Yes.
it's an open relationship, an open relationship with no doors
Yes.
between two people that are interested in having a relationship with others while they are still engaged to them. This, I just said this, but this sounds confusing to me.
And
still.
on top of that, there are like open marriage relationship as well out there too.
Yeah. So
if we're dating and you open to include,
I can understand dating. Sometimes you could be testing the waters with different people.
no, I don't want that. If we're dating, we're testing together. You don't
Dating,
go
I can
and
understand because you haven't
No.
committed yet.
but still,
Marriage, that's where the problem comes in. Or maybe you're in a cohabiting situation.
But some people say it works. Okay, some people say that open relationship.
Well, I would imagine it's something that they have to sit in and talk about. Okay, this is what we want, and this is what we're going to be doing.
So you don't see yourself doing that.
No, I don't.
Why not?
It's just not my style.
Listen, I'm too jealous to share someone that I say I do to, and I'm too jealous to be like, oh, all right, baby, well, have fun be with, Sheila over there. And then you like, okay, well, have a good time with John, And I mean, like I said, for some people it works. This is their
I
thing.
still don't see how it works. See, listen, I love my woman, and there are certain things I expect only I should be doing them with my woman, and I think she feels the same way. She loves
Yes.
me, and she expects only I should be doing certain things to her,
Right.
and I should only be doing certain things to her.
Okay. We
As
get
confusing as this may sound, but in my head it works.
It sounds very confusing, but we get it.
The thought that someone else gonna do that to you, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
The thought that I'm gonna do this to someone else, you probably have major problems seeing it.
Oh my God. Yes.
And this is where my whole thing is.
Right.
If I'm committed to someone, I made a commitment. Okay, this is us. We're there for life. Now, I don't think this plays out in a church setting, in a religious setting, or does it?
I'm sure it does. And I did read this article where this was actually an open marriage, and the husband was like, yes, we go to church. However, we are seeing other people. And then the pastor was like, what? Are you crazy? like, how does this make sense? If we are married, we married. If we're not married, we're not married. We're not together anymore. Now that's something else. If we're separated, that's different.
Yeah.
However, but there are tons of couples out there, celebrity couples.
From
who
what I'm
are-
understanding, it's there, but many people sometimes are not open to talk about it because obviously, listen, I don't feel like normal about it at all.
Right.
And I'm sure if I had a friend who's doing this and knowing the way I feel, they probably wouldn't come out and
can
say
you imagine
they
someone that we know come to us and say, hey, how do you guys feel about I'm dating, so I'm with this person and we are on this like open relationship.
Now, I'm all about experimenting.
Now, if there's kids involved, now that's something else.
I think people should experiment. It's just that if you're going to take a break. You know, maybe marriage not working out. We're going to take a break and
or dating.
I do my thing and you do your thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll circle back to see if we can make it work. Because there could be things going on in your relationship. You just can't figure it out. And sometimes you have to take a break and
just like anything else.
And really explore to see, is it me or is it the other person? Now, if you take a break and things work out, then it's the other person. If you take a break, it still doesn't work out, then it's you. You need to change.
Right. Then you need to see a therapist.
So that I can understand, you know, because sometimes people may have gotten into a relationship where it wasn't quite theirs.
Right.
It wasn't meant to be, or maybe there's certain things they need to work out. In that case, go work them out. And then if it's going to work afterwards, then it is. But the fact that I'm still good with you, we're still committed, I'm still legally married to you, but we made a pact that we still live in the same home. We made a pact that, okay, I'm going to go out and do other people, and you go out and then we come home, we talk about it.
Yeah, while my husband is talking about this, I saw this YouTube video where the husband and wife, I don't even think they were married, they're couples, and they decided to try it out for 1 month. Like, they tried out for a month and she did her thing, and then she was like, how did it go? Did you like her? You know, is she pretty? And then when they were talking about it, and of course he went over and said it was okay, yada yada, and then he was like, yours is tomorrow, right? I was like, how
do you not get jealous?
How does your husband or your boyfriend is like, yours is tomorrow? Like, what's wrong with people?
Well, I'm not saying what's wrong with people. I think people are the way they are.
I get it. But I just don't see me telling you, you know, or me saying that to you. How did it go? Mm-hmm. You know, was she pretty?
Oh, I sit you down and give you details.
And then you watching me leave the house in a cute outfit. And
I
you're
follow
like,
you and say, okay, there's some things that are off limit. No, you cannot do this. Pull your chair back. Don't try to feed her.
Right. Imagine if we're doing this and you're like, okay, we got to be together. Like, you come with me.
That's why not in this planet. We are never doing this.
We're coming together at the, you know, we meet with the third party together. Like, you're sitting there. I'm like, this is my husband or my boyfriend. You know, this is John or Joe. You know,
I don't see it happening. But you know what? I've heard some celebrities have even gotten into it. Yes. I think Will Smith and his wife.
Yes.
Had that entanglement thing. Was that before the entanglement or after the entanglement? Or during the entanglement?
Listen, who knows, y'all? Who knows when
and some
that
other
happened?
ones, some other well-known people.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. I know. Brad Pitt.
Well, Angelina Jolie is a little wild, so I could see that.
Listen, I'm just saying. Ashton Kutcher is another one. You know?
Listen, these people are celebrities. Sometimes they do things to get attention. And regular people like me shouldn't be engaged in stuff like this.
Regular people. Yeah, that's right.
Listen.
But here's the thing though, babe.
Yeah.
When you think about it, I mean, if you in it, you in it. If you do your thing, you do your thing. But sometimes you gotta think about it and ask yourself, is it healthy for me to be doing what I'm doing? Right? Is this open relationship is healthy for us?
I don't know. I don't know. And if you in one and you can share your thoughts, maybe you've experienced it. I haven't experienced
it. But I think when you think about it.
So in terms of mentally healthy, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when there are certain things we do with people, we get emotionally involved. Now imagine I'm committed to you, and I go in a relationship, and I get with this person that do things that you've never done to me, and maybe I was fantasizing, and before we know it, I fall for this person.
And I'm like, you don't fall right back here, sir.
No,
okay?
Listen, there's level you get to. it's difficult because one thing that we do as human
Then
beings.
you could have told your spouse or your girl that you wanted to have this experience. You want to try this. You want to try new things.
Listen, everybody's got their skills. Some people were born to do certain things very good.
Then you just want to satisfy, but not really committed then.
But then there's satisfaction that can change your commitment. And
So you're only in it for the pleasure, not for the commitment.
But this is what I'm saying, you know,
Yeah.
because there are certain things you do with people, you get to connect with them, not just physically, emotionally. You get to connect with them. And sometimes there's that bond you may form with this person that you thought you were just going to mess with.
Right.
And before you know it, now this person is better than the person you're committed to.
Yeah, that's true.
And that bound to happen.
Yeah.
Because really, as human beings, we make connections.
Right. And I think this is why also there's this show on Netflix called The Ultimatum where it's very similar. I feel like it's very similar to an open relationship.
But in that case, they take a break. They go try things to see.
They both there. We go to the show. You go ahead. I give you an ultimatum. If you don't propose to me, then I go my way with the guy that I'm seeing. If you or you give me the ultimatum, you know, you want.
And the ultimatum is you either propose to me or I leave.
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking of a different show. But
Yes.
these things are for entertainment.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I don't trust these things I see on TV.
You always say that.
They add juice to them. They add spice to them just to make sure that they keep us watching. Hence, that's why I don't watch these shows.
I think it's interesting to watch other things, you know, other relationships.
They make it
develop.
interesting. I don't trust TV.
You don't trust TV.
I
But
don't.
sometimes, yeah, I think it's very similar to ultimatum. Like if you don't propose to me, then we're going to do something. And you see me with this person or I see you with this person. And before you know it, you're like, I'm done. I have more connection with her or with him. Now we just like done. And some people do regret going on the show because they're like, man, I had a good man or I had a girl. Now I have nothing. Like,
That's the risk you're willing to take.
yes. And I think it's very similar to open relationship where just exactly what you just said. What
You get
what
with someone,
happened
you're
if
connected, and you're like,
yeah, and then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to keep going on dates anymore. I want to be back with the close relationship. Now, there's no such thing anymore because your partner's now more like having more feelings, enjoying the other
stuff.
person. So it's something that, yeah, is it healthy? Yeah, I don't think it is. My personal opinion, I don't think it is because, and like you said, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I don't think it's something that anyone can handle. I know me personally, I would not. Listen, I'm too jealous to be like sharing this man with somebody else. Okay.
Listen, people find reasons to give to themselves as to why it makes sense. Now, there's a couple of reasons that make sense though.
Yeah.
Like for instance, well, I'll get to the one that makes sense later. There's a reason where both people decided, you know what?
Right.
We want to enjoy other people, but we don't want to break it up. We just want to enjoy other people. And I
Yeah.
think that's probably one of the most common one where they said, hey, I'd like to experience other stuff with
Okay.
other people, but I don't want to leave you yet. Oh, I don't intend to leave you. I still want to stay with you, but I want to go out and chill with other people.
How does that make sense?
Or another one would be is, I know I'm legally married to you and I'm committed to you.
Or we're committed in a relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm committed, or there's a legal paper. We'll just leave this here. So we put up a front. I'm still on your health insurance, but we still have the car insurance together. We're still on the mortgage, but we're sleeping in different rooms. We still eat together, but I'm seeing other people and you're seeing other people. I mean, it's not quite separated because they are living together. They still do things that partners do together.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing other people. Now this next one, there may be some reasons. Say for instance, if a man becomes impotent, you can't do this stuff, and your woman's still young. Now I don't think it's a valid reason. I just think it's understandable. Your woman still needs to be satisfied and needs to get fulfilled. And she'll probably leave you if you go out and do that stuff because she's getting something. Now, that may make sense. There's something missing. If something's missing in the relationship, and if you can't provide it, and if you've come to some kind of agreement, you know what? I know I can't provide it. I'm going to let you go get it. Just know that there's a risk. This person may just pick up and just say, you know what? I just don't want to come back anymore. I'm just going to go and stay there.
But there's some women who are actually going to try. Let's find out what we can do to help. Like me, as that woman, I'll be like, babe, listen, let's go see the doctor. Let's go see what's on the shelf. Let's go see if there's any shots
there's
they can give
alternatives.
you.
There's alternatives to open relationship, but
yes,
at least in this case,
but that
I can understand.
Well,
I can not that I will do it.
Yeah,
but I can understand.
I wouldn't.
Now there's people that just wants to play, physically wants to play around. I still want to be with you, but I just like playing.
Listen,
it's the people that got married, but they didn't think marriage would be this way, but now it's too costly to get a divorce. Yeah, and they're like, you know what? We're just gonna make a pact. We'll just play around.
Speaking of play around, I saw this TikTok because, I'm searching the content, because when you're doing content about this, it was on a YouTube short. I saw this where the lady actually was trying to prank her husband, and she was like, babe, I decided, you know what, I feel like, I'm just not as happy. I feel like we just need to spice things up a little bit to add a third party. I think I'm really want to try this open relationship. The husband was like,
I was waiting to hear this.
Really? I was waiting for you to say that. And she's like, what? She was like pranking him. And then he's like,
he's like,
yeah. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I know we talked about it before. You didn't want to do it. What makes you want to change your mind now? And she's like, I've been thinking about it. Let's do it. And then he was happy.
Yeah. And if things are not working, people can take a break and go do your stuff. But it was a
prank, though, and now it really makes her realize that, hey,
he
this
wanted
man been wanting to get this since
he was
it's crazy.
He was dying in silence. Sometimes that happens.
Or cheating.
Now there could be some advantages of an open relationship, right?
There's always I don't see it. And con and everything, right?
I know some experts shared that, but I don't see. I know it says it allows your partner to be appreciated, which in turn may make me appreciates them more. I don't know. Have some other man just doing things with my wife will make me appreciate her more. I know what sense that makes, but that's one pros that's listed that that open relationship brings.
Yeah,
that's one of the pros for being in an open relationship. It makes you appreciate. It helps you appreciate your partner.
You don't see
Why couldn't I just appreciate my partner when I realized that they weren't being appreciated? Just do what I can to show them my appreciation. They didn't have to go see someone else. Now there's a saying that says when you lose something, that's when you realize how much you wanted it.
Right.
Maybe that's the logic behind this.
Yeah.
I still don't see it.
Well, it's like, see another man flirting with your spouse or your girlfriend, and
listen, then you're like, if another man gives my woman a compliment, I like that. I'm like, yes, my woman looks real good.
So you don't get jealous?
No, if someone compliments you?
Yeah.
No, I don't get jealous.
But I want you to get jealous if someone
No, I feel proud, Some
like,
man sees my woman. Now, don't come close, though.
And what if they do?
I have problems with that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't intend to go to jail, and I don't want to go to jail, but please do not come close to my woman.
What if it kept, saying, hey, man, your girl looks
That's
good.
why I have to stay big. I can't go skinny because any man I'm not the biggest person in the world, but I can't be skinny. So if someone approached my woman, I need to have enough of a persona, enough of a presence to put you back in your place.
Listen, you have your woman and you have 2 daughters, so you better get yourself together, sir.
Yes. So,
Two pretty girls, okay?
They say that an open relationship gives you a chance of being in a new relationship without the headaches and the heartaches. I don't know. Listen, you go and have a good time with whoever you're dating. You come back, you're probably going to hear from that other partner. Because believe me, I don't see how someone will not get jealous.
I would. Unless if they don't care. If they don't care.
Imagine your woman comes from a date and they come, hair's all messed up. They stayed out 2-3 hours later than you intended.
Yes.
And they came back, they said, I had the greatest night of my life. The legs are shaking. That's a problem.
Well, there should be a limit though. There should be like a curfew. You should be coming home past this time. There should be like there should be
when you're dating, you in the moment, sometimes things happen.
Listen, I don't know. The only thing I'm thinking, unless if there's kids involved, where you like, okay, I'm only doing it because kids involved. I don't want to show them that mommy, daddy going through something, which I know there's a few celebrities that had that.
Listen, if you have an open relationship where most of your kids are going to find out.
Unless if
they're old enough. Or if they don't care, they just
they don't care.
I know these people got issues.
They do whatever. They just do whatever.
No.
Yes.
The cons of being in a open relationship, it's obvious. Jealousy.
Well, hey, yes.
Not being on the same page. Where I think that you're just going to go and have a drink, but you come back 5 hours later talking about you had the best night of your life.
Listen, not even that. Trust.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trust you as much. Like, your partner should trust you as much because, like you just said, you're going out for a drink before you come back looking like crazy.
Let's not forget the health aspect. I don't know who you're going to mess with, what they have,
and bring it home
and what
to your
you bring
wife.
to me.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I don't intend to die early. Well, God determines that, but
Amen.
I don't want to.
Yes.
So, yes, I don't know who you're going to mess with, what this person has.
Because
what crazy diseases you're going to bring home to me.
Right, because
herpes.
Yeah.
You got to think of your safety. You got to think of your safety, and you got to think of what are you telling your children if you have children. So commitment is important. And being able to commit to someone and find ways to work things out, that's important.
Can you imagine our culture doing open relationship?
Well, believe it or not, I don't think, it's not open in the sense that it's like this, but there's a lot of our people tippy-toeing out. Some people are doing it. They don't call it that, though. Because open means that both partners agrees and that's what they're doing.
Yes.
In our community, it doesn't happen this way. Man, funny enough, I know people that has a wife and children at home, and they're renting a place to put a side chick. And they're interacting with the side chick family as if they're part of the family while they have a wife at home. Damn. What sense does that make?
Yeah.
Now, this is not open. This is just someone cheating and have a mistress.
That's exactly what it is.
But in that open relationship, it's, I don't know. I mean.
Yeah. And we know people that goes to church and the wife is there and then they have the other girl on the other side.
Listen,
what are people doing?
I don't know. And I can't say I don't care. Actually, I don't care really.
Well, I do feel bad though. I do feel bad because the
someone's
wife
suffering in the
or
process.
Someone is exactly.
Yeah, sometimes the wife may know, but they can't
because
do anything.
we are relationship. Your relationship is supposed to be, where we both trust each other. We trust the relationship. We trust what we have. Now here you are there with another woman or with another man, and you doing your things, and you don't care about the other person. So that's hurtful. That's selfish.
That is
selfish.
But you know what? It's slightly different in an open relationship because both parties knows what's going on. But I think, one thing with open relationship, you realize that because when two people gets together, there's usually a main goal as to what we want to do. We want to build a family. Well, most people, I think that's why they get into relationships. Some, it may just have fun. But there's usually a goal, something that we want to achieve. Want to build a family, maybe have some kids, live together, grow old together. Mm-hmm. When people get to the point where they're getting involved in open relationship, they're losing sight of that initial goal they had.
Right.
How do you build a family
around that? You
can't. In an open relationship, you can't. And if you had a family, it's probably going to fall apart.
Right. I agree.
Because I tell you, if my parents are having an open relationship, I'm probably going to have a completely different view of them.
Oh, I'd be like, no, you're not. Right? Like, I would be like, if I found out my parents.
Even at this age.
Yes.
Because my expectations would be no. Right? So
I'd be like, no, you're not.
Yeah. So
if I find out my mom is like, okay, we are having this open relationship because daddy is like, tripping, I'm like, no, you're not. 40 plus marriage,
they can still decide to do what they want to do.
No, we when you have grown children, they can tell you, no, you're not.
Yeah. I think you get to an age where you may be able to parent your parent.
Yes. Actually, Kevin was talking about that.
Parenting your parent?
How hard it is. He never imagined how
that
hard
he'll be
it would be
parenting your
for
parents.
Right.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. So yeah, and they have to listen, just like we listened to them when we were younger. Now we grown, we have children, we can advise them, we can parent them. Like, hey, no, you're not. You're not gonna have one because you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna be a sugar daddy or you're gonna be a sugar mama. Point blank, period. Because if you've been married for 40 years, listen, yes. And I've seen so many of them on TikTok. Y'all be showing it's not open relationship, but y'all be, on there with these older men. Y'all, please, okay, don't just think about the money. Think about your future because it's not cute. It's just not cute.
Who cares about cuteness when you get someone to pay your bills?
Listen, I saw this girl on TikTok. She was like, he proposed to me. She's 21 and the man is 75.
Yeah, insurance money. Anyway.
75, y'all. 75.
Anyway, so listen, going back to,
I'm just saying,
people getting into a little sight of what's important in that relationship. Because if you get into a relationship to build a life with someone, there's no way having an open relationship makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't.
I mean, to us, it doesn't make sense. Maybe to some people, maybe it makes sense to you, but in our culture, in our community, it's not something that we were brought up around. I mean, obviously my husband was like, what the heck is that? Because he had never heard of it before. And I'm like, listen, babe, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to have that. If it doesn't work, just let it go.
I agree. Hey, listen, if any one of you wants to get into an open relationship, go at your own risk. But be aware there's some possibilities of complications. Yes. Emotional attachment that you may not have expected will happen.
Right.
And one thing that they mentioned when it comes to open relationship, there's an open discussion, open communication, what's happening. But despite that open communication with your partner, you're still bound to run into some issues, especially jealousy. Mm-hmm. I don't see how you won't be jealous.
I know I would. Listen.
So if that's something you wish to get into, just know what to expect.
Yeah, I agree.
You're going to feel a certain way about your partner.
Yeah.
They're going to feel a certain way about you. And for some people, it may work.
Yeah.
It's worked for others.
It does. But then, it may not look good for your friends and family members when they find out because it's just not going to look good.
And listen, let me say this. If your intention is to have a meaningful relationship, I know we mentioned a couple of celebrities that may have been in an open relationship. Mm-hmm. Take a look to see what's going on with them right now. And you realize that everything crumbled down.
Disaster.
So, listen, I intend to stay with my wife until I'm no longer around.
Me too, baby.
She may have issues. I know she does.
We have issues together. Listen, we made a commitment at the altar. Listen, we're going to be together for the rest of our life. Then if I'm giving you a hard time, you know how to deal with me.
Oh, yes.
And if you give me a hard time, I know how to deal with you.
Oh, yes.
Because God put us together and we're going to figure it out. He put us together. So we are going to figure it out. And he's going to help us figure it out. So
absolutely. We're going to figure it out. So guys.
Listen, before he wrap up, this relationship here is closed. It's never going to be open.
So listen. So thank you very much for listening to our podcast today. And listen, I know we joked around a whole lot, but this is serious. And I know many people, that's what works for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's, hey, I'm new to the concept and I've learned quite a bit just by going over this as to this is something out there. I don't see how it works, but obviously people makes it work. But you know what? We appreciate you guys listening to us sharing our thoughts and our views on open relationship. And if you're in one and you'd like to share some stuff with us, we'd like to hear.
Right.
Yeah. Because you know what? This is not something that we've ever experienced. Something that we intend to experience, but we're open to learning.
Right.
Because we can have views, we have opinions about things that we haven't experienced, and someone who's in it may have a completely different view about what it means to them and how it's helped them.
Yeah.
So comment, or if you know someone who's in it and you know what's going on with them,
if it's working for them,
share.
Let us know.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening to the podcast.
Yes. And please remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on the bell so you can be notified when
the things that I normally say.
New videos.
Yes. So thank you very much, and we will see you next Saturday. Peace. Bye.